So what is this channel about? In short, I created this channel for the videos that don't fit on my main channel, Wide Vision Metal Fab. And mostly these videos center around everyday preparedness and rural life out here on the plains of Kansas. If that piques your interest, then I'll expand upon it a little bit more. I started spreading the Be Prepared message years ago, before I was on YouTube, anytime the opportunity presented itself, after my cousin told me of how she almost froze to death in a power outage when she lived in Kansas City. She had no idea that something like a camp stove existed, or any alternative way to cook or produce heat in her house. And that's what the preparedness side of this channel is about, the basics of bugging in. There will also be some bugging out stuff too, and I do talk about surviving the great outdoors, such as camping, backpacking, and a little rock climbing. But mostly my preparedness videos focus on staying home in situations such as blizzards and thunderstorms, and how to deal with the electric grid going down. It's not about the end of society as we know it, and we are thrown back into the Stone Age. It's not long term. I'm thinking a few days, maybe a month, absolute tops. Why should I be giving advice? Well, simply put, I've been through it. I grew up on a farm on the open prairie of northwest Kansas, 12 miles from the nearest town, and that town had a population of 295 according to the census. That little white thing sticking up right over there next to the tree, that's the grain elevator at Palco. And as you can imagine, that small of a population means there's not a whole lot of infrastructure to rely on. Getting groceries meant a long drive on dirt, muddy, or snow-packed roads. During the winter, temps could be as low as -30 Fahrenheit, and during the summer, temps can reach 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Extremes for sure. So just getting the groceries could literally be a survival situation if you got stuck or the car broke down. And I have made the long walk back home from either getting stuck or a breakdown more times than I can count. I once walked 8 miles and didn't see another vehicle, another farmhouse, or another person on that 8-mile walk back home. It was up to me to survive. I grew up without cell phones, without internet, and even getting the mail meant a 3-mile one-way drive to our mailbox. From an early age, I had to learn how to survive without all of the modern inconveniences that we have now. With so many miles of power lines, any blizzard or thunderstorm rolling through meant the power grid would go down. I learned quickly that the refrigerator really is just a suggestion. And often the phones would go down when the power went down. Just let me add quickly, a CB radio was your friend. In 1987, when I was 10, we got hit by a blizzard that knocked out the power grid within the first couple hours. And it was 2 weeks before the power was restored and before the roads were opened. Can you go 2 weeks without power and without a trip to the grocery store? I love the outdoors. I was outside so much that during the summer my hair would turn white. I have memories from when I was 4 of sitting on the Saline River bank, watching fish swim and jump out of the water. I was walking by myself, definitely by the time I was 8, the 2-mile one-way journey across the open prairie to our 7-acre farm pond. I started camping without adult supervision at the age of 10 and started backpacking in the Colorado Rockies at 16. I made 9 trips to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, once spending a full day hiking 5 miles in waist-deep snow just to get to the trailhead at the rim, then starting the 10-day adventure down and back out. I've also done 2 trips into the Costa Rican rainforest and lived with the natives for several days on those trips. Surprisingly, backpacking has helped me a lot with my bug-in skills. What I'm saying is, I've been through a lot and so far I've survived it, and I simply want to share with you what I've learned. Maybe it'll help you live to see another day.